battle, it would be a loss for all working people in the city of Boston and perhaps beyond. So you must stand up. You must demand your rights and simply say that I am a woman, or I am a man, and I will be treated with dignity and respect. So I am very, very proud that you are standing with some strong leaders and some strong voices, not just for this union, but some strong leaders for human rights in the city of Boston.
We're proud of you, Yancey.
Well, no, like I said, I'm just a humble servant of the people. I'm just doing my job. I'm just doing my job. But I will ask the two remaining candidates for mayor. Incidentally, thank you for your support. And each and every one of you voted for me. I think you're the only ones who voted for me for mayor. I love you. But we have two candidates who are running for mayor. And I said publicly, and I'll talk to each of them privately to tell them I was actually very disappointed with how they responded on October 8th. We all wanted our children to have a safe ride to and from school. That was not the issue. But I was disappointed that both of the final candidates failed to contact the union membership to get your side of the story. That's all. Just get your side of the story.
That's right.
But they still have a chance. They still have a chance to consult with you to find out what's really going on with our buses. If they're so concerned about the safety of our children, then why aren't they with us right now asking to get those radios fixed? Why? So they have the opportunity to stand up and be counted. I know it's uncomfortable, and I know what it is to be uncomfortable. I've been in this place many, many times before. But I also know that if we fail to stand up now, we are not going to have a strong union for the bus drivers. You have to stand up. And the first thing you have to do is to back those 5 individuals that they've singled out.
Yes.
You have to back these individuals who are willing to stand up and fight for what's right. That's all we're asking. Don't turn your back on your leaders. It may be them today, but it will be you tomorrow. So stand with them. So we will keep up this fight, and it's a long-term fight. It's not a sprint, it's a marathon. But we're going to keep it up until all of your demands are met, till you're treated with dignity and respect, even if that means we need a new contractor to handle this contract. God bless you. Thank you for staying together. Thank you. Let's hear it for our good Catholic Andy.
We know this brother. He's the 13th term city councilor. He's the longest standing city councilor. Oh, shoot. 15 terms. I'm sorry, councilor. Now here I was trying to protect his age. 15 terms. Now damn. But he has stood with us since the day he came. And so we appreciate the love and respect. Now I want to just give you a little update on where we are. At first I got to say I love you all and we appreciate you all being down here. Now, what we are down here today, we know they got a frame up in progress. We know that. And we've had an opportunity to get some of the documents. We're going to go back in just a few minutes with our wonderful lawyer, and I'm sure he won't mind if I give a shout out. Give a shout out to Al! Give it up, give him some love, because he put in an brief in our behalf, a 65-page brief. I've been doing this for 40 years. That's the best union lawyer brief we've ever seen. Give it up for the man with the most. Give it up for Al. And we're fortunate to have Al. Yeah, Al Gordon. I don't know how long Al's been having his name in a chant, but they started chanting Al down here, Al. So next time you have to do your promotional stuff. Now let me say this here. All right, so you'll need to gather in because I want to give you a little bit of information. So, as you all know, the process under our contract calls for a 14-5 hearing. And I got to thank you all because it's my sincere belief if they didn't see all this love out here, the 5 of us would be in serious, serious trouble. I'm serious. So you got to know, and you got to show some love out here for the 5. Now, I want you to give it up for the hardest working union person I ever met, our Vice President, Steve Gillis. You know, he's your pension plan administrator. He's your benefits administrator. He's your grievance writer. And it's no accident why they went after the 5. Huh? That's all right. But you gotta know. You got your recording secretary and a grievance writing machine. Andre Franois. You got a 3-term president and the toughest man I ever met, and the man in Washington Street. When you got a problem, give it up for Big Bird. Garry. And of course, y'all know the number 2 seniority person in the city of Boston, and if y'all were around in 1992, 1/3 of the school bus union 3, one of the most militant Steward rank and file leaders holding things together in Rankin out in Reedville. Give it up for Brother Rick Lynch. Now, I want to mention, the other person in the 5 is me, Steve. Okay. Now, I'm about to do this. Okay, now, y'all got to be careful out there, too, because this is a vindictive company, and they're going to try and use any excuse to go after our leaders. Now, anybody that was out there on Saturday, they saw a most wonderful woman leader of us. There's a picture out here from this week's Workers' World that shows the chain gates, and it shows 4 tough women around those gates. One of those women was our dear Sister Kiet. Now, you should know that this morning on a trumped-up charge, they suspended Sister Kiet. And we're not going to let them get away with it, are we? We stand together! I said, are we together? I told Sister Kiet, do not fear. An injury to one is an injury to all. And we're going to make sure Sister Kiet is back with us driving those buses and taking back what we know is justifiably ours. We will not be turned around. We will not be cheated. Now today at 3 o'clock, they said they were going to start the hearing against Steve Gillis, and at 4 o'clock they were going to do the hearing against me. We started out by telling them, we are the School Bus Union 5, and you will never treat us like individuals. Let me second, please. You see, the Native Americans have an expression. You hold out your hand. They can cut off each of the fingers, but put it into a fist, nobody's touching that fist. And we are one. We may speak many different languages, but we are one voice. So we told them all 5 of us are going to be in the room. We talked with our lawyers, and all 5 of us were in the room. Because that's the way Local 8751 rolls. That's the way we roll, is together. Now we got to know, we saw some of their dossier against us. It's sloppy, it's lies. You know, they combed all through the membership to get somebody from the drivers to rat on y'all. And out of all 4 yards, they got one driver affidavit. One. Now, I'm not going to mention any names because I mentioned it before and y'all can find out, but this press around here and all that. Anyway, one. And it's not true what that one says. But I'm going to tell you what, a whole lot of our sisters and brothers, not only with our union, but the Teamsters and others, they said, we will not lie for Veolia. We stand with the drivers. You know, they brought in lawyers from St. Louis, Missouri. They brought in lawyers from New York City. And they tried to harass our people and make them give these statements. And y'all didn't do it. I heard you turn them out so bad over Freeport. They didn't even make it over to Reeville by the time y'all got done with them in Freeport. Now you got a few of the managers that put in something, and it's lies, because we know they locked the gates on us. So when this mayor said at 12:30, go back and drive the bus, the gates were locked, and we got evidence. And our legal papers show it. We know that. We also know that in none of the yards did Veolia come out and have the respect to even talk to us, much less order us back behind the wheel. In Reedville, it never happened. In Freeport, it never happened. So when they got something that says that Roger Chapin, the dude who went to my brother's house, where's Andre? Went to Andre's house. You know how Andre got suspended? Now y'all need to know this, because this shows the disrespect. You know our contract says that if you get into a jam, don't have it with me. It says you go into the, thank you, you go into the company office with your union rep and they talk to you in the company office. Now, Rick asked for union representation. He happened to ask for Steve Gillis and myself to represent him. They denied that. That's illegal. They dropped the paper down on his chest. That was that guy, Tiny, right? Fat Johnny. Tiny, Jonathan Sanders, right? That new assistant general manager, a good friend of Las Vegas, Bill Lewis. And that's what we got out here, too. We got all kinds of out-of-towners. Then Garry put it in writing. Garry said he wanted to have Steve Gillis and myself be his union rep. They denied Garry, dropped it on his chest, and kept walking. Now, that's disrespectful. It's against our contract. But with Andre, they stepped over the line. At 6:45 in the evening, when Andre with his young, beautiful daughter at a parent meeting, anybody knows who Andre, they're real lucky Andre wasn't home. That guy, Roger Chapin, you know who he is, big white dude, come around here, the out-of-towner, you know who Roger is. In fact, Blues, he's out there with us most of the time in Rodville. He went and banged on the door of Andre's home in Everett. On his home. You hear me? This is not anything they're supposed to do. Went to his home, banged on the door, opened up the door. His wife, who's new to the country, not, familiar all with this stuff, was home alone with the kids, and said, "Where's Andre Franois?" I don't know if that's a cop. It's at who this dude is. Not a constable, not nothing. Then says, "Your husband's in trouble." Now that crosses the line. They never to come to our house. They're never to come to your house, or your house, or your house. They got business to do with us. You do business over here. You stay away from our homes. You don't treat us with that kind of disrespect. And we told the lawyers, and we're going after them for that. We're going after them. Because that can't be tough. They're real lucky Andre wasn't home. I'm going to tell you. We would have been having, that's 280. We would have had the Andre Francois Defense Committee going. You know what I mean? We're serious about our families. Now, we got to go back in just a few minutes, and we're going to go through the process. I will tell you, the first thing that happened today is that they knew what I see right now is what was going to happen. They knew, as a union that stands for an injury to one, it's an injury to all, that if you mess with one of us, you mess with all. Are we together? Are we together? Now, they told us they had plans for Steve and myself today. We told you all the yards. So before we got started, they told us no discipline is coming out tonight. Okay. Now what we got to do, we're going back in. I get it. We're going back in to proceed. I would like you all to patiently wait. We'll let you know how things transpire. But know this, because of your strength, there will be no discipline this evening. No discipline this evening. Now that doesn't tell us they're not going to be disciplined later. But you did it for tonight. There won't be. We're going to go back into the meeting. Please hang tough. Hang with us. Let me hear say union! Union! Oh, beautiful. We'll be back in a bit. Let me hear say union! Then. Okay, I'm going to give a little bit of an update, and then I want you to hear from each of the School Bus Union 5, because we all want to tell you how much we appreciate what we see out here. You have sent a clear message to Veolia, to Boston Public Schools, to the mayor, and every union-busting sucker in the country. This is what a union looks like! Now, we got a duck in here? Oh, that is okay. What the scheduling looks like, and then I'm going to hand it over to my brothers from the School Bus Union 5. Yes. So you all need to know, this is like, you all watch boxing, this is like a fight. And we are Muhammad Ali. But this is just around because it's not over. It's not nearly over. They didn't do the dirty tonight, but they didn't pull it away neither. No, they didn't. So we have a next date scheduled for Monday at 3 o'clock on the next date. And they got to provide all the answers to our question. Our lawyer did a real good job in doing all that. And so we have to stand prepared. We have to be ever vigilant. So we'll give a little wrap up. I'm going to give it to each of the 5 to say some words to you, and then we'll wrap up, because I know we all got to get up pretty early in the morning, and we appreciate it. So I'm going to hand it over to our dear brother, the toughest steward, chief steward, recording secretary we ever had. Give it up for Andre Franois! I know you do, guys. Yeah, I want to thank you, each and every one of you, for coming out here for us. And this is show. This is what family is all about. We are family, and I love you all, and I know you love me too. You're gonna be out here for me until it's finished. Thank you. All right? Yeah, it's not like that guy Roger that came to. It's not like that guy Roger that came to my house, and I've been my wife losing sleeps and everything, thinking about I am in trouble like
he said. So I know that you all are my family. You're going to be here with me, and with all 5 of us, and until we win. Thank you. Appreciate it. I love you all.
Good evening, sisters and brothers. Good evening, family. Thank you so much for being out here for us tonight. Like any family, we're out here together from 5 o'clock in the morning to sometimes 6 o'clock at night, 7 days a week, all around the year. I want to say something about the Veolia Corporation and about you. The Veolia Corporation is bigger than most of the world's governments. The Veolia Corporation has operations in 35 countries around the world. They count their money in the trillions of dollars. They run one of the biggest energy operations. They work with the big oil companies. They work with the frackers who are killing the land, even in New York, in Ohio, and Pennsylvania. They work with those who want to privatize the water supplies around the world. They're a water company. They're gobbling up private, what should be public, what should belong to all the people, the resources, the water, the energy. They're gobbling it up for themselves and their owners and their stockholders in Paris and around the world. They're one of the biggest waste management companies. They take the garbage that the other corporations produce and they stick it on native land. They stick it on the Palestinians' land. They dump it in the ocean that we all need to live. This is a criminal company. This is a company that has as much power and force as most of the governments in the world. But what they're looking at here tonight, is a power that's bigger than them, right? What they're looking at here tonight is workers' power, people's power, a power that we can build into assemblies to make sure that corporations like this end their misrule of the planet and end their abuse and disrespect of millions of workers around the world. You saw the bus drivers and the train operators in San Francisco last week. They were on strike, run by the BART government, public service, right? You know who the lead negotiator was for the governments of San Francisco and Oakland? Veolia. The governments are using corporations like Veolia to try and force austerity on everybody. Cutbacks, takebacks. That's what they're getting ready for. They're getting ready for our contract negotiations in just a couple of months. We have built a union over 40 years that we're proud to say has some of the best wages and benefits of any bus drivers from San Francisco to Portland, Maine. And we have done that because we fought for our rights. We have struck 11 times over our history. And I'm not talking about a couple of weeks ago, because that was a simple job protest that turned into a lockout by this criminal company. And you know it, right? Are we going to give back one more dime to the government? No! Are we going to give one more benefit back that our families need? No! Are we going to let them take out one of our leaders? No! Thank you very much.
Let's hear it for Brother Rick Lynch.
You know, all of us know that's what the beauty of our union is. It's not us. It's all of us together. Leanne here was suspended because she was on the picket line Saturday, and she was a strong voice. A lot of all the rank and file, were out on the picket line, not a picket line, but the informational line over there on Saturday and on other days when we've had rallies. And in our absence, other people come up in the yards and they take strong leadership positions. So we all know that all of us together are the power. It's not us, it's everybody together. And we know that if they cut our throats, they cut all of our throats. And that's what this company is relying on. They're relying, and everybody's heard it. They're relying on scaring us, trying to make us all frightened. Oh, if they're going to cut us, you know, they're going to suspend her. We're not scared because we know we're all together. Like that. Like that. We're a fist. That's all. I don't want to take it. Everybody's got to get back to work, but look, Murch.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to sincerely, and I mean sincerely, without a doubt in my mind and without a doubt in my heart, sincerely thank each and every one that drives the Boston public school bus. Because I'm telling you, with no doubt in my mind, as Steve said earlier, if you all wouldn't have been here, we'd have been walking out that dang old building today with our head hanging down. Guarantee you, without a doubt. And since the first day that they told me that I was one of the five, well, I've been saying I was one of the five before they even told me. But, right, all I had to do said that I had connection with this guy here who was the best man at my wedding. Don't ever let this guy be the best man at your wedding. He's a jinx, man. He'll tell you he's a jinx. But the issue is this, is that when we stand firm, when we stand tall, when we have our dignity and keep our heads up high, ain't a goddamn person on this planet can take it away from you. And I'm going to tell you, I don't care who they are, and I don't care where they're from. But I'm telling you, when they talk about 8751, we are known all over the country. And we are known for what? Unionism. We don't take mess from nobody. I'll tell you, anyone that I deal with in the past, when I was the president for 3 terms, the first thing I would tell them, we are known as baby kids. If you all know who baby kids are, we don't die, we multiply. That's who we are. They don't kill us out, and they don't wean us out. We just keep multiplying and multiplying. So our word is to Veolia is this. We welcome you here, and we will see your ass leave out of here. Just as well as we see the other 5 or 6 other vendors that came in here. No one is going to come in here and give us the backdoor deal, whether if it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Our stand is going to be this. If you want to mess with 8751, you better bring it. Because if you don't bring it, you're going to get it. Size 13 right up there, wazoo. You'll get a good night's sleep and ready to go to fight tomorrow.